Excel macros in VBA can save you hours, but when it comes to the Visual Basic Editor that's used for writing VBA code, most users barely scratch the surface of what it can do. I spent years working with Excel VBA helping thousands of beginners to level up. And along the way, I've discovered 5 game-changing hacks that even the pros overlook. So in this video, I'm going to share them with you to help you to supercharge your coding. Let's dive right in. Hack number 1 is called Fix Your Font. So I've got Excel open and we'll start the Visual Basic Editor with Alt and F11. Now just take a look at that default font. It's called Courier New Western, and it looks like it was made in the 1950s in the age of typewriters. Well, that's because it was, and it sure doesn't match the modern fonts we can see in the rest of Excel. Worse, it's thinner and hard to read, and it's nearly impossible to tell the difference between zeros and capital O's. I mean, just take a look at these. Let's fix that. I'll switch to a more modern font. Simply click on Tools, Options, and then Editor Format. Then you can either click on the drop-down and scroll through this list and choose a new font, or just type in Consolas open bracket W and press Control down arrow to jump to my personal favorite, which is Consolas Western. This is a modern but also fixed width font, so it's easy to line up our code. Now you can adjust the size to make it smaller or larger if you need, and then you can click OK. And now our VBA code doesn't look like it was written on a 1950s typewriter, and we can clearly see the difference between a 0 and a capital O. But we're still going to get errors when we write VBA because we're only human. You'll notice this error pop-up window which tells you when there's a problem. But when you keep seeing them over and over, they can really kill your flow and break your focus, like mosquitoes buzzing around your face. So hack number 2 is called Stop the Pop. Here's how to zap those pesky pop-ups for good. Here I am in the Visual Basic Editor. I'm going to type out this line of VBA code again. Sheet2.range, open bracket, quotes, A1 quotes, close bracket, dot value equals, and I want to leave that empty as a placeholder. So I press enter to start the next line, but I immediately get this error pop-up that says compile error, expected expression. To turn off those pop-ups, let's go to Tools, Options, and in the Editor tab, just remove the check mark from Auto Syntax Check and click OK. So now if I delete this and write equals and hit enter, I don't get a pop-up. Instead, I just see the red line of code, and that flags the error so we can come back to it later. Let's say I fix it with something like Excel VBA is awesome, then the red line goes away. I hope you're getting value from this video. It's part of my online course called Excel Macros in VBA School that teaches beginners and intermediate users to create macros and VBA procedures to automate Excel and reduce repetitive work. One of my students, Matthew, wrote this: Victor is a great instructor, the course is easy to follow, the training is progressive, and each lesson is a building block towards the next concept. I highly recommend this class to anyone looking to learn Excel VBA. So if you're looking to learn how to automate Excel using macros in VBA, check out the description to find out more. Hundreds of students have already enrolled and love how much progress they make and how fast it happens. Talking about progress, how about we get back into the Visual Basic Editor and I show you a speedy way to compare code. Let's move on to hack number 3. It's called side by side. Sometimes the fastest way to compare code or copy code from one place to another is to have both pieces of code open at once. It's a bit like playing a game of spot the difference. It's much easier when the images are right next to each other. Here's a code module with a sub-procedure to export all worksheets to a new Excel file. I'm going to switch to another code module, so I'll click on Window and I'll choose the other one, which is here. So this one has code that filters a table to separate worksheets in the same workbook. Suppose I want to compare the code in the 2 separate windows. Instead of switching between these 2 windows using the Window menu and then selecting the other window and then doing that again, which can get tiring, let's put them side by side. Here's how to do it. First, you've got to make sure that these are the only 2 modules that are open in their own windows. If you've got more than these 2 windows open, you've got to select the other windows and close them using this X to close the window. Now click on the Window menu and choose Tile Vertically. Now you have these 2 windows side by side, which means you can scroll through them independently and compare them line by line, or you can even copy and paste lines of code from one to the other. And here's a pro tip. You can actually split a code editor window by clicking on Window and then Split. And what that does is add this line that you can move up and down. And then you can scroll these two halves or these two parts independently. Say I wanted to look at step 8 here, and down here I wanted to look at step 5. I can look at step 8 up in this window and step 5 down in this window. So if you want to remove that split, you can go to Window and then toggle it on and off with Split. Now if you're dealing with wide lines of code, you'll see that some of the text is cut off here. In this case, we'll click on Window and then Tile horizontally. And this gives you a stacked layout, one on the top, one on the bottom, so that long lines aren't cut off by the view. So with hack number 3, side by side, we turn the editor into a split screen workstation just like the pros. But what happens when you open up lots of code windows? It becomes a disaster because your side by side tiling doesn't work anymore. Now we could always close the windows one at a time, but if you've opened many, it can take ages to do this. So let me introduce you to hack number 4. It's called Clear the Clutter. Think Harry Potter, one flick and the mess vanishes. Here's how to pull it off. I've got this code that will use VBA to close all VB editor windows except this one. Now I'll fast forward opening lots of code windows by double clicking on code modules. And I'll show all the code windows by clicking on Window and then Tile horizontally so we can see them all. But before we can run this code, we need to add a reference, otherwise it won't work. Click on Tools, then click on References. Have a look for Microsoft Visual Basic for Applications Extensibility 5.3. So normally it will not be checked. Make sure it's checked, and you may have to search up and down to find it. But once it's checked, then this workbook can run the code properly. Now click on OK. So the reference is enabled, which means the code will work. And I'll click on the code and then run it. Ta-da! Every window's been closed except for this one because it can't close itself or it will stop running the code. So the final step is to close this window, and now we have a clean slate. You'll find the full code in the downloadable workbook linked in the video description, along with all the other hacks from this video. To use it in any workbook, just put the code inside a module in your personal macro workbook so that it opens whenever you open Excel. So far, I've shown you how to work with one editor, but what if you need more than one editor at the same time? Say you've got legacy macros in Workbook A and you're building something new in Workbook B. You could switch between the modules in the two different projects inside the same VB editor, but it's like flipping between two books with one hand. And that's where hack number 5 comes in. It's called 2 are better than 1. With 2 copies of the VB editor open, you can review old code while writing new code. Or you can test macros side by side. Or you could run a procedure that takes 5 minutes in one editor while working on a project in the other editor. Here's how. We already have one instance of the VB editor open with Workbook A. Now, press the Windows key to open the Start menu. But before you click on Excel, make sure you hold down the Alt key, then click on the Excel icon, and keep the Alt key pressed until you get this window. It asks, do you want to start a new instance of Excel? Click Yes. And then we'll click on Read Only to open the personal macro workbook as Read Only. Now choose Workbook B and press Alt F11 to bring up a new instance of the Visual Basic editor. And we can arrange the two Visual Basic editors side by side so we can see Workbook A in this editor and Workbook B in this editor. Then you can copy and paste from one project to the other. Nice and easy. There's a second method that uses VBA code. So you just run this code and it opens up another instance of Excel. And I've included all of this code in the downloadable workbook for you to have a play with. Now, if you've watched till now, I can tell you're serious about VBA. So let me switch gears because I want to share a vital insight. I'm going to split the world into 2 kinds of people. There are those who can juggle and those who can't. I used to be firmly in the can't juggle camp, couldn't do it. Everything would fly everywhere and I feel ridiculous. But now I can juggle, and the reason isn't because I'm specially coordinated, it's because I learned the right way. Most people try to juggle by throwing all 3 balls at once and hoping for the best. But the real way to learn, you start with 1 ball for bag And now here's the important part. It's not about catching, it's about learning how to throw consistently and cleanly with the right height and arc every time. So I practiced just that. One throw, same arc, over and over. And I didn't move on until I could throw it without thinking. So it became automatic, subconsciously mastered. Then I added a second. Now the challenge changes. You're not just throwing, you're timing. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. And I repeated that pattern until it felt easy and instinctive. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Only then did I bring in the third ball, and I'll assume juggling after that. Not because I'm specially gifted, but because each step leads naturally on to the next step. And honestly, that's pretty much how learning VBA works. Most people dive in trying to juggle everything at once, writing full macros, debugging errors, copying code that they don't understand, and then they get overwhelmed. It falls apart. But if you start with just one concept, like how to record a macro, or how to write a sub-procedure from scratch, and you practice that one thing until it's automatic, you build confidence. Then you add the next skill, variables, then loops, then working with worksheets and ranges. Each new concept is layered on top of the one before it. And before you know it, you're juggling real VBA projects. You're automating reports, building tools, solving real problems in Excel. Not because you're some kind of coding genius, but because you followed a path that makes sense. You build your skills step by step, the right way. And that's the approach I take in my VBA course. I've broken everything down into small, manageable lessons that build on each other. So if you've been trying to figure out VBA on your own, this course is the shortcut you've been looking for. Just click the link in the description below, or watch the next video to learn more about how you can start automating Excel with me.